Hey guys, this is Paul from Smart Easy DIY. Welcome to episode 4 of Building My Garage. So today what I'm going to be doing is digging in the footers. This is going to be part 1 of a 2-part series because it was just too long to show digging the footers and installing them. So that's going to be coming up next in the next video, so keep an eye out for that. Alright, let's get started. Alright guys, so I got my string set up. After I'm all done getting stuff dug in that I wanted to, like my water line, my electric here. And then I got this board set up here, again, just to check elevation. And this is what I'm going to dig for my footers right here. I want this to be my final elevation on the front here, I decided. So what I did is I set up my laser transit over there. And I got it set to the correct elevation to figure out what the top of my board is. And I know I want to go down 16 inches on the side for my mono slab. Plus I want a couple inches of gravel in the bottom that I can pack down. So I'm going to go 18 inches. So what I did, since like I said before, when you are working with a grade stick like this, you want to go the opposite direction than what you think. Well, if you've never done this before anyway. So you want to move your stick up to go down, or vice versa. So in this case, I want to go down 18 inches. So I move my laser receiver here up on the stick. So that way I'm going to be down at the bottom of the footer when I get done with digging this. So I set that up. I set my laser up there in a good spot where it won't get hit. Now the other thing I'm going to do before I take my string down is I'm going to use Rust-Oleum marking paint, and I'm going to mark it down through there. I don't want to use completely solid line probably just because of wasting paint, but I'm going to give myself a mark maybe every couple of feet, give myself something to reference to, and then that will give me a line to dig down through there. When you're digging, if you get messed up, you can always move the backhoe out of the way, whatever you're digging with, and put the string back up, see how you're doing, take it back down and keep digging. That's what's nice about these strings. Okay, so I started in this corner right here. I just wanted to go this way a little bit before I start going down through there. You can see, like I said, I got my laser transit set up. And I got my grade stick right here. So I'm checking it right here. Hear that right there? That means I'm good right there. So that's how I'm gonna do, check my grade as I go along. So that right there, I don't want to go too deep right here because my electric, I can't remember for sure how deep it is, but I'm going to hand dig this area right here anyway where these pipes are. So I think I'm going to leave this now and start going down through there. I got my gravel pile delivered, so I'm ready to move dirt. Okay, so I missed that first part of digging. I thought I had it on time lapse, and I did photo mode. So all I got was a picture before I even got started. So what I did, like I said, I got that corner started there, but then I got on this side. I'm going to hand dig right there because of the electrical. But I got this where it needs to be. That's a little high right there, but I got my laser set up over there. Got my grade stake right there, so I just check it every so far when I get done. So when I go along, I like to kind of pack down, disturbs the dirt on the inside there a little bit, and then on the outside, it's not going to matter so much because I'm going to get this scooped out of here later, and then I'm going to have to put some gravel in here anyway to backfill the forms, but that's how I'm doing it. So if you're digging a lot and you're in and out a lot, I let the laser just run because it doesn't use that much for batteries. You can turn it off every time if you want. But you do have to check this quite often. At least I like to check it quite often as I go, just so I don't get off course, because you don't want to get off course, because that can happen quickly. So I got my transit set up. And just a fuzz low. So that's good. So I just thought I'd do a quick walkthrough here. You saw some of the time lapses of me digging. So I got this side all dug all the way down. It's kind of tricky when you get to the corners with a backhoe. You know, if you have a mini excavator, they're a little easier to get into tight places. But the backhoe is what I have. It's my backhoe, so I own it and I don't have to pay rent on it. So I'll make do with using it. So right here in this corner is the water line. I'm gonna hand dig that. So I got this dug. You can see this is the lowest corner right here. It's not nearly as deep as the other. This I couldn't quite get because my stakes are in the way there, and it was hard to get in here. So this corner kind of goes uphill, so I'm gonna have to do a little hand digging here and the last couple feet here, but overall it's looking pretty good. Seems like the garage is starting to look smaller once you start digging like this. Depending on what phase of the building you're at, sometimes it makes it look smaller, sometimes it makes it look bigger. Anyway, so I'm down here to the last corner, the last end here, so I still got that to do. Now, especially with such a long machine like the backhoe, you have to kind of think about how you want to do things. So I left this open just because I was driving through from back there. And so what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to dig from this way just because all that stuff is in the way there, the electric and stuff. And I'm going to have to drive through this ditch, but it's solid enough, I don't think it'll bother it. So you have to really plan it out, kind of where you want to cross your ditches and all that stuff. Like I said, if you rent a mini excavator, they're a lot more nimble, a lot easier to cross ditches and things like that than it is with the backhoe. But I love this thing. This thing has been so handy for me to have. I use it a lot around here. I highly recommend getting one if you need an all-around universal machine, because you can scoop dirt with it and you can dig with it. So it's a really handy all-around machine to have. And I got a four-wheel drive one because where I live I pretty much need it. So anyway, just a little plug there for an old backhoe. Love that thing. This was the last ditch right here. So that's all I couldn't get right there, so I just have to shovel that out by hand. Overall, ditches turned out good. Really happy with them. All right, new day. I got all the dirt dug out all the way around that pipe and different spots. I just went around and cleaned it up. I set the strings back up, made sure that I hopefully have room down there for the boards. Now what I got here, I got some 2x10 16s is what I'm going to use. I got these for my trusses, for the bottom truss cord, but I'm just going to use these because I need some 2x10 for something else. And these ones really shouldn't get full of concrete very much because there's going to be foam on the inside of them. So I'm going to use these anyway. That's the plan. I'm going to try to use those for my form boards. I got the strings all set up. We just double checked all the measurements all the way around. Everything is right on the money. So really happy about that. Even cross corners. Just wanted to kind of show you an overview of the footer, what it's looking like. I dug it at 18 inches instead of 16 so I can get a little extra gravel in there, pack it down when I'm done. It's a good idea to double check all your measurements when you get ready to go before you get started. Make sure your string is good, and that should be good. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this video. Be on the lookout for the next video, which is going to be actually installing the footers. This was just digging them in, but I didn't want to make too long of a video by installing them as well. So that will be next. Alright guys, thanks for watching.